Alright, it's 2025. Time to answer the age-old question, should you buy the Valve Index for Beat Saber? Well, if you want a TLDR, I genuinely can't give you one because it's a yes and a no. If you want the full answer, just watch the video. Also, please subscribe, these videos take me a while to make. Alright, let's talk about what the Valve Index has to offer. Firstly, one of the defining features of the Index that you won't see in many other headsets is its ability to run at 144 frames per second. This will allow you to get more accurate swings in-game and have a much smoother experience. Trust me, once you try this, you will never know how much you need it. Do be warned though, you must have a decent computer in order to run this high refresh rate, but most computers should be able to handle it with minimal lag. Along with this, the Index has a very stabilized experience in-game. You will see very little headshake if you're playing a fast speed map like Superluminal. The Index's motion smoothing is a great medium between too little and too much. Let's talk about the headset and controllers themselves. Firstly, the headset is quite large, so if you're prone to headaches after wearing heavy things for prolonged periods, this may not be comfortable for you. However, it's still completely usable, and most people generally get used to it after a while. Additionally, the headset's weight distribution is great. While the headset is a bit front heavy, it's not super noticeable unless you're looking for it, in my opinion. As for the lenses, they're honestly not that great either. Each of the lenses has a resolution of 1440 by 1600 with a horizontal field of view of 108 and a vertical field of view of 104. Even though the low resolution is slightly annoying, I think the field of view makes up for that. While the resolution is not very good compared to any Quest headsets, which is what I assume most people use, the headset is still completely usable for Beat Saber as you don't need extremely high resolution to play the game well. Now for the controllers. As big as they are, I personally never run into any hand claps. Most hand claps I have are just from bad mapping in a level. The weight distribution on these controllers is nice as well. However, the actual weight of controllers is about 196 grams each, which is much heavier compared to any other controllers, but that does not make them unusable. They are still great for AC and mid-speed maps, but if you're looking to play something like Superluminal, then you will want to turn on predictions. Unfortunately, predictions kill your accuracy a little, but it's not a huge difference you will notice very much. One issue I have with my swings is that when I'm finishing my swing and my wrist stops, the sabers bounce a bit, making my swings very wobbly. I'm not sure if this is a personal issue or not, but it is very annoying when I'm playing an AC map. The controllers are tracked using 2 base stations set up around the room, but you can have up to 4 if you want great tracking. The reason so many Beat Saber players switch to Index in the first place is because of its great tracking compared to other headsets. While many headsets like the Quest 2 and PCVR are tracked using the cameras on the headset, the Index uses base stations around their room. However, the major downside to this is that if someone or something else walks in front of the base station blocking it, you will indeed lose tracking. While it's not very common to have this happen, just make sure you set up the base stations in a place that does not have people constantly walking around. If you're a speed player looking to transition to Index, I do not personally recommend it. While the tracking is fantastic, it still does not make up for the weight of the controllers. The headset is completely usable for speed, but it's not the best option, so you're better off buying a Quest 2. I don't recommend the Quest 3 or 3S for Beat Saber because the tracking is not great due to the lack of a tracking ring, but the Quest 2 is amazing even if it may not be up to date in other sections. Anyway, back to the Index. Due to the weight of these controllers, it's not great for speed, but still usable. You'll have to turn on predictions though, and even with this, your performance on speed maps will not be nearly as great as if you were to use a Quest headset. The main reasoning for this is your inability to full swing consistently. However, if you are a player who's either more casual or just plays a little bit of everything, the Index is still a fantastic choice. Okay, now for the speakers and microphone. I'm not familiar with all the fancy terms like EQ, mono, and stuff like that, so you can do your research on that. I'm going to give you a scuffed up, very simplified analysis of the speakers and mic. Firstly, the speakers have great quality. Actually, I'm not sure if they are even considered as speakers. They might as well be headphones, but they don't go in your ear. It's just these small circles that you can shift around your ear. The sound quality is fantastic and they even support surround sound. I've been using the Index microphone to record this entire video, so if you're wondering if it's good, this is what it sounds like. Yo, my cat is meowing in the background right now. I don't know if you can hear it. Yo. Get back here. Sorry. But now we will get to the thing that kills the most amount of Index sales, its price. I'm sure most of you are waiting for this one, so I won't bother for a long intro. Yes, the Valve Index is extraordinarily expensive. It's one of the most expensive VR headsets out there, coming in hot at $1,000 US, not to mention the cost of replacements. chances are you're going to lose or break at least one component of the headset while using it, whether that's the controllers, the base stations, or just the headset itself. Replacing these is super expensive. Just to replace both controllers of the Index costs about as much as it does to buy a brand new Quest 2. Now let me reiterate this, no Index components are very prone to breaking. You will have pretty much the same chances of breaking something on this headset as you do any other one. It's just worth it to be extra cautious with this one due to its expensive replacement costs. Don't lose your hope yet though. What I recommend is to purchase a used Valve Index, which is typically much cheaper. After looking online for a bit, I discovered that the price of a used Index averages around $300 to $400 US, which is awesome. You have to be careful of scams though, because when spending this much money, you don't want to receive nothing in the end. Also, before buying it, always check with the seller that they have all the components. The Index has many components compared to that of the Quest headsets, which is what most people use. The Quest headsets come with just the headset themselves and the controllers, so make sure they've got everything when buying something. So now, the big question remains, should you buy the Valve Index? Well, ultimately, it's up to you. If you're looking for a less pricier option, maybe stick with the Quest 2 because it doesn't cost nearly as much and it's still a fantastic headset. If you're willing to go that extra mile though, and spend a little bit more money to buy a much higher quality headset, then getting a used Valve Index or even a brand new one isn't a bad decision. Ultimately, you're the one who makes the decision, not me. I'm just here to give you lots of useful information and try to be your guidance counselor, but you're the one who decides if you buy the Valve Index for Beat Saber. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your morning or afternoon or night whenever you're watching this video. In case you couldn't tell, the first half of this video was recorded in January 2025 and I'm recording this half in May 2025. I completely forgot about this project, yet I still think it's a great video, so I'm continuing it. Thanks for watching and I will see you soon.